PUBG settings video. It's been a long while since I've done a PUBG settings video, but with the new release of Destin just around the corner, why don't I give you a look at my settings in PUBG. I believe these are some of the best settings in PUBG, and if they're not for you, I can tell you exactly what you need to use during this video. My stats are doing extremely well this season, as you can see on the screen, so hopefully these settings help you guys out. Let's get straight into it. Controller button preset B. This is the setting you want to use as soon as you get onto PUBG. It makes the game very similar to every other FPS you've ever played. LT to aim down sights, B to crouch. This makes it the smoothest and best experience, better than the rest. Inverted axes, invert Y axes, that's personal opinion, and that is on you. What we also have is our dead zone here. If your dead zone is too low, your stick will automatically move by itself. As you can see on the screen right now, my hand's off the controller with 0 dead zone, and my crosshair is going for a little walk. What you want to do is adjust this one by one till you find where your crosshair does not move on the map without you touching your controller. That is the best and better way to go. Vibration, personal opinion, I never play a vibration on any game. Now we have movement sensitivity and running forward sensitivity. Now you're going to hear a lot of things about these with other people's videos, but for me, these hardly do anything in PUBG. They're meant to make the game a little bit smoother when running around left and right, and also change when you go into the run. You can see that the run is technically not a sprint, but that's how far you push forward on the controller. If you're going to change and mess around with these settings, I suggest you don't go too low. If you go too low, for some reason, these affect your flying ability with your parachute and diving and can cause you to come down quicker. Next, we have this vertical sensitivity. This is how you pull down your stick to control recoil. This is going to be different for everyone. I suggest having 100. But if your gun is going too far up, increase that multiplier. If your gun is going too far down, reduce it. That is basically how vertical sensitivity multiplier works. Next, we have general sensitivity. This is how quickly you move your camera while not aiming down sights. I have mine on 14. I find it easier to go into a target, go out of zoom, and go to another target straight away. This is also personal opinion. I believe around 10 to 20 is the sweet spot, as you can aim in for someone and quickly switch over to another target without having to keep your sights aimed down. This is even better to have higher if you have a low sensitivity, as it allows you to adjust your sights even quicker. Next, we have vehicle driving sense. Doesn't matter too much based on personal opinion if you're finding it hard to drive. Aim acceleration. Aim acceleration, when turned on, will make your sensitivity speed up. This is better for slower sensors. As you can see here, when I push on the right stick, the guy starts getting faster and faster. It is all personal opinion. Next, we have over-the-shoulder aiming. I suggest you have this the same as your general sensitivity. When you aim down your sights with your shoulder button, this allows you to move at a steady speed and you know exactly what you're getting into. I'm finding it a little bit better. Instead of hip firing, I can use this at the exact same speed and be able to hit them targets, as it makes the spread a little bit closer. Next, we have inventory cursor sensitivity. This is how you switch through your inventory. I suggest you just put this on max, as that feels the most responsive. Now we have our aiming down sight sensitivity. This is the one what everyone cares about. All mine are pretty much the same. They're on 12. You can see I also put my 15 all the way up to 20 on here because the 15 is a little bit funny. I suggest having these all on the same sensitivity. This makes it a little bit easier for muscle memory for me, as I know every sight's going to kind of feel the same. This might not be the same for everyone. If you find a sight more difficult than the others, you might want to change it a little bit. But for me, I definitely find having them the same a lot better. This will definitely depend on each and every person in the game, but I like mine on 12. If you're finding it too fast, go down a couple. If you're finding it too slow, put it up a little bit more. But you probably want to go turn it down, if any. The next settings we have in the game are the color crosshair modes. I suggest you pick a nice bright color. I use pink, purple. These colors can kind of be seen anywhere when shooting on the battlefield. In the sky, on the ground, on bodies, as you don't get confused with blood and such like that. Next, we have a bunch of settings what could kind of stay on default. Some of these will all depend on how you play yourself. On-screen button hints, if you need them on still, you can keep them. Network debug statistics, if you like them, you can keep them on. Nothing else is too serious here till we get down a little bit later on. As we can see, the reticle types, keep them all default. I don't suggest changing them at all unless you're colorblind to one of them. But what we want to do is, once we get down to the default firing mode, make sure these are all switched to auto. When you pick up a gun, it'll make it automatically switch to full auto fire rate straight away, and that is what you want when you're on the battlefield. Now we have auto equip. You want to have these all turned on. When switching your gun on the floor, it'll also take your attachments off and chuck them straight onto the next gun. This is really handy to have and will make your looting so much better. Then we have radio message. You want to turn this on, option 1, and put the quick ping on as well. This is very handy when playing squads, duos. It allows you to pick with the right stick, as you can see on the screen. Just tap in when hip firing with your crosshair out, and you can just tag wherever on the map without having to do anything on your map. Additional action queuing. I suggest this one is very important. When climbing over objects, you can see if I'm holding the shooting button, my character will not shoot. If you enable this though, and you climb over an object and hold it down, it will carry on shooting. Queuing that action up, having you ready for the next fight. It just makes the game much smoother. We have audio output settings, which are all personal opinion, and then we have display settings. Field of view, I suggest you put it up to 100, but that's also personal opinion. I like mine kind of a little bit zoomed in, but not too much. And then brightness for your monitor, and always have frame rate priority mode. That'll make the game a little bit more tactical. These have been my settings, and this has been a hell of a quick video for you guys, just trying to show you what is the best of the best. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions, type them below. If you want to see a more in-depth video, there's an old video link in the description. If you guys want to come over to my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/GamerNacho, and watch me play live, I'd appreciate it. There's a couple of clips at the end here just showing you with these settings.
Oh!
I 360'd him at least. Oh, dear, he got too aggressive. They'd like directly on you and her. Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm about to float. Oh, baby.
Them ones?
Oh, baby, a triple.
Oh, baby, a triple.
What knocked the guy here?
Get pooped on.
They deserved it.